How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Last time, we continued our adventures here along Route 2, and, well, we've pretty much explored everything here on the route. We battled some trainers, we ended up going to the cemetery nearby, we ended up learning about a new mechanic that's in this game called Mantine Surf. Yes, it is Mantine, not Mantine. Although we technically didn't learn about it, we visited the area in which it's inhabiting, but we didn't learn anything about it because apparently we're not strong enough to ride on the back of a Mantine just yet. Anyway, this time we're going to be taking on the very first trial of this game because the Alola region is different from every single other region of Pokemon, including the ones that have come after it since Galar and Paldea. This region, the Alola region, does not feature gym battles. We don't earn gym badges. We earn Z crystals from trials from trial captains. And Ilima is the very first trial captain whose trial we are going to take on. So, without any further ado, how about we go ahead and get started? Greetings, Captain Ilima here. And my trial begins mere steps from here in Verdant Cavern. Note that the Pokemon living within Verdant Cavern are quite fierce. I wouldn't venture in unless you've prepared some potions and so forth. Through attempting the trials during the Island Challenge, one can exceed his or her own limits. That is what the Alolan people believe. Once you enter Verdant Cavern, you will not be able to leave until you have completed the trial. Are you prepared for the trial? I do believe I am. I'll be waiting for you. Well, without any further ado, let's head inside of our first trial, the Verdant Cavern, designated trial site for the Island Challenge. Here we go. Hey, something feels a little different. Yes, Jennifer, I take it you would like to attempt my trial again. Yes. So, I was going through Ultra Moon in order to catch up, and I kind of walked in here before I could save the game and not do it for this episode. So, yeah, but I'm doing the Verdant Cavern trial in Sun this time, in Sun and Moon, many years ago. I ended up playing this trial in Moon version, even though Sun was the main version I played last time. And this time, Ultra Moon is the main version I'm playing, so I figured I might as well show off Ultra Sun's trial version instead, and plus, in Sun and Moon, when I did do it, I did show the Moon trial, so I wanted to show the other trial because for some reason I didn't end up doing that last time, but it all ends up working out anyway. Good. Then go and defeat the 3 Pokémon. Only then will you claim the Z Crystal waiting in the final chamber of the cave. Very well, let the trial begin. Alright, so real quick before we go on with this, since I did come in here and Ilima already technically explained the trial, I'll explain it for you. So there are 3 Pokemon scattered in little caverns, such as the one over there, that you can see kind of near my head, and we need to defeat 3 Pokemon that are lying within these little tunnels. Then we can go ahead and challenge the Totem Pokemon that is all the way in the back of the cave, which we kind of saw before, in the wide shot, right? No, oh, no, I'm not giving up again, Ilima, no, I'm good. Yep, oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna say, do the trial begin again. I am playing in Sun right now, and I do plan to show off the story differences that have been in the game thus far, but we are doing a whole big trial episode, so I'm gonna be saving that for next time. However, something I can do is I can show you my team here in Ultra Sun. So, very interestingly, because in Sun, I used Rowlet, and in Moon, I used Litten, and in Ultra Moon, I'm using Poplio, I needed to find a starter Pokemon to use. and technically I did have to choose one of the starters in this game, so I ended up choosing Litten. I ended up picking a different starter, though. Kind of like how in Pokemon White 2, I ended up having to find a new starter because I had technically used all 3 Universe starters before. I went ahead and I played through Ultra Sun, not the current iteration of Ultra Sun I'm doing, my previous file, because when the games first came out, Ultra Sun was the version I played. In Ultra Sun, I went to a very specific area later in the game, and I caught a very specific Pokemon. And I breeded this specific Pokemon to create an egg to use the base form in this version as my starter. And it's a Pokemon I really like from this region that I'm very upset is locked away until basically the end of the game, when you can only really catch it at the end and then use it for maybe like a total of 2-3 hours, depending on how much you explore. I decided to make my starter in this game a Jangmo-o. So Jangmo-o is the pseudo-legendary of the Alola region. So you might be saying, oh, why'd you make it so OP? You're using a pseudo as your starter, blah 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 blah. I get it, but I've never used a Jangmo-o before in an LP. I've used it late game, I've never used it from the beginning of the game. Why'd I say LP? Of course I never used it in an LP. I've never used one early on in the game, because pseudo-legendaries tend to be at the very end, except for Gumi, which is weird. Gumi's like, kind of near like, what, the 5th gem, I think, in Kalos? And then, you know, the Gen 9 pseudo, whose name I still can't remember the names off the top of my head. Or, Frigibax, right? Frigibax? Anyway, the Gen 9 pseudo, because Gen 9 Paldea is so open world, you can just end up catching whatever you want in whatever order you want, how early you want, within limits. Anyway, enough of that. So, Jangmo-o. I've never used one before. It is a dragon type because pretty much every pseudo except Metagross and Tyranitar are dragon types. So, yeah, I'm using a Jangmo-o. Its current moveset, as you can see, is Brick Break, Tackle, Work Up, and Protect. It has the Soundproof ability, and soundproofs the Pokemon, which gives it full immunity to all sound-based moves. Now, I had a very heavy debate on what ability I wanted Jangmo-o to have, because it has 2 very good abilities, Soundproof, which I ended up going with, and Bulletproof. Bulletproof is basically the same thing as Soundproof, except instead of sound-based moves, all bomb-type moves are immune, basically. So, yeah, I ended up going with Soundproof just because, like, Growl, Tail Whip, things like that, those will end up not working, and that could be very crucial throughout the adventure, especially in an LP, because in, like, metagame, that doesn't matter, but because this isn't VGC or anything, I am using Soundproof. Bulletproof is probably the better ability overall, but I feel like using Soundproof is probably more unique. I never really see people use a Soundproof Jangmo-o on its evolution, so I figured I'd go for it. And Jangmo-o's ability is Naughty, which, as you can see, raises attack and lowers special defense. I also debated what ability I wanted it to have. I ended up going for Naughty, just because special defense is actually really high, typically, and, you know, Dragon and, spoiler, it becomes a fighting type too. Yeah, Dragon and Fighting are both very physical-based typings, so plus attack seemed like a no-brainer. Anyway, our next team member is going to be Pancake the Pichu. So, I really wanted to use an Alolan Raichu in Sun and Moon. When building my team, it didn't really work out. I knew going into Ultra Sun and Moon, pretty much right after I did Sun and Moon, that I really wanted to use an Alolan Raichu, because it is one of the Pokemon that got an Alolan form in this game. And, well, here it is. And I named it after, basically, okay, so it has a double meaning. Obviously, my friend Pancake Armor Man, but also, Alolan Raichu basically came into existence, or rather, Alolan Raichu look the way they do because all they eat are pancakes. Literally, that's literally in a Dex entry. Alolan Raichu looks that way because of a pancake diet, so pancake the Raichu. Or, well, Pichu for now, Raichu later. It has a plus speed, lower attack nature, which is timid. And it has the moveset Thunder Shock, Nasty Plot, Tail Whip, and Sweet Kiss. And of course it has static because pretty much all Pichu line Pokemon do, unless you have the hidden ability. And our final team member is actually going to be another Alolan form. It's going to be Grimer. It has the Poison Touch ability. It's a neutral nature, which is pretty alright. I'm okay with that. Its current moveset is Bite, Pound, Poison Gas, and Harden. And you might be wondering what its nickname stands for and how it's pronounced. I like to call it ESMPE. I don't want to say anything fast like that. I didn't put the dots in there either just because, it's weird. Anyway, ESMPE is every social media platform ever. So there you go. That's the name of Grimer, eventually going to be an Alolan Muck. Yeah, this kind of ended up changing a little bit because I knew I wanted to use a Raichu, but Alolan Grimer was originally planned for my Ultra Moon team. However, I switched a lot of things around like I did last time I played the Alola region games. Ended up using a Comfey instead of a Shiinotic, so yeah, there you go. Anyway, but that is my team currently in Ultra Sun. And without any further ado, enough delays, I think it's time that we go ahead and take on this trial. So, let's go ahead and explore this cave a little bit. And here is my favorite Pokemon in the world. Yungoos. Yungoos, okay, I like Yungoose's backstory because it was migrated to the Alola region from a different region that we have yet to see to take care of Alolan Rattatas. So it has a cool backstory, but we still don't know what region it comes from. A lot of people speculate whenever we finally get an Australian region, that'll be where it's from. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe, possibly. But anyway, we have to defeat 3 Yungooses, or rather 2 Yungooses, and its evolved form, spoiler alert. And then we will end up... oh, hello, Sneak Attack. Then we will end up taking on the Grand Trial Totem Pokemon. And here's the second Yungoos we have to face. So yeah, I played in Sun and Moon, I did the Moon Trial, mostly because I hate Yungoos, and also because I wanted to have the... I think that was the first time I played the different version in the dual version format. Yeah, I think that was the first time Moon was showed off in that series. So yeah, I wanted to do it again for this trial, because I never did the trial for Yungoos and its evolution, so might as well have done it now. Alright, so we only have one more Pokemon to defeat. Also, because I was already in here before, I did pick up items that are scattered around the Verdant Cavern. I believe 2 Super Potions, an X Defense, and TM31 Brick Break, which, as you did see, I did teach my Jangmo-o. So, yeah, that is my team so far, and that is the current trial that we are doing right now. So we're just going to keep exploring the dens. We're going to check inside. Alright, that one's a little feisty one. You're moving positions. That's not very good. It's not very kind. You know, I just want to get this over with as quickly as possible. Let's look inside this one. You better still be here. You wily little rascal. Alright, let's go over here, and this should be the end. Come on, show me potato salad. Alright, well, let's hop down here and go across the plank bridge. Yo, yo, yo! It's your bad Beach Boys back again, remember us? Sorry, who are you? Oh, I see. Just 'cause we switch places, you can't tell who we are anymore? Who cares about that anyway? We're here to mess her trial up, yo! Oh yeah, that's right. Yo, let's get that Pokemon, homie. Alright, here we go. In the middle of one of our first important trials, we have to face off against Team Skull. And by the way, I don't think I ever addressed that I named myself after my sister in this game. So instead of doing the actual character name, which is Selena, or, yeah, Selena, I think? Yeah, I don't think they changed it. I think it's Celine. No, Celine, not Selena. I'm thinking of Selena Gomez. And also Serena from Sun and Moon. Yeah, Celine. I named myself after my sister, just because it's a lot easier. Plus, I know my sister, so... I mean, I would hope I know my sister. Jesus Christ, I spent how many years with her under the same roof? Alright, let's go with Bite here on ESMPE against this Drowsy. There we go. Down goes Drowsy to 1 bite, which means this Team Skull Grunt has been defeated. What's up with that? For real though, I can't get my skull around it. This kid's mad strong, yo. Nah, it ain't even like that. This kid is straight up dangerous, homie. I don't know, man. Isn't this whole place trouble? Yeah, it totally is, homie. I mean, that thing is so strong that regular Pokemon don't even want to come out and battle. I love this fake out gag so much. Yo kid, you know there's a mad strong Pokemon lurking back here somewhere, right? I'd run if I were you. No, we ain't going out like that. We gotta get our revenge. Go stand over that den and catch that skulling Yungoos, yo. For real? Fine. I got no bones to pick with you. I know what they really wanted to say. They really wanted to say... Anyway. I love censoring myself sometimes like that. Alright, small den, let's look inside. And because Team Skull is blocking the other pathways, we will be able to face off against the Pokemon that's been causing trouble and mischief, Gumshoos, the evolved form of Yungoos. Alright, let's go ahead and use Brick Break. And yes, I made the joke last time. I'm not going to make it this time. But Gumshoos does look like a very polarizing political figure. But Junichi Masuda actually addressed that in an interview one time and said that was not their intent. That this Pokemon was designed, was in development way before a certain former president of the United States. Scalebound grows to level 16, and yes, I did name it after the canceled game. I still don't forget Platinum. And Xbox. Alright, there we go. We've defeated all of the Pokemon, so now we will be able to take on the actual totem Pokemon lurking in the back of the cave. I'm a trial guide, here to help young boys and girls attempting the Island Challenge. Fantastic, you prove your strength to all 3 Pokemon. Then go right ahead inside. Alright, here we go. It is time. I do recommend you save, but because I'm recording a video right now, I will not be doing that. Instead, I will be going into my bag real quick, and I will be using the 1 Leppa Berry I have right now in order to get my PP back up. Don't laugh. On Brick Break. Alright, and with that, let's go ahead and exit the cave into the very back, because it's time to face off against the totem. We have been challenged by Totem Gumshoos, not Yungoos, and it's Aura Flare. Oh my god. I hate this Pokemon so much I can't even speak. Yeah, let's go with that reason. Its aura flared to life and its defense has risen. Alright, so I did use my Lepa Berry because I really need more than 2 Brick Breaks because, oh boy, Totem Pokemon, especially when their defenses are up, are very, very scary. So Totem Pokemon have the unique feature to raise up certain stats, in Gumshoos's case, its defense. And Totem Pokemon have the ability to call ally Pokemon. Gumshoos will call upon young Gooses, and I think something else? And also, I should mention, if you are playing in Ultra Moon, then you will be facing off against a Totem Alolan Raticate, and it will be calling Alolan Rattatas. Alright, let's go ahead and take out Young Goose. I probably should have taken out Gumshoos, if I'm being honest, because it's probably going to end up calling another ally after this turn. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Pancake grew to level 15. Very nice. And ESMPE grew to level 15. Wants to learn Acid Spray. I think I'm gonna keep my old moves for now. And no, it didn't call upon another ally. Alright, well, because it did half on the first Brick Break, this should take it out. The Pocket Oranberry coming in clutch, even though I technically shouldn't need it. Brick Break is going to hit Gumshoos. And it lived on 1 HP, because of course it did, but it didn't call upon another ally. Huh. I could have sworn that they can call upon at least 2. Maybe not the first one. I know the other ones can call up to 2. But there we go. Another Brick Break does it for Totem Gumshoos, which means we have cleared our very first trial in the Alola region. Oh, look at Scalebound. She's so adorable. What an incredible trainer you are! For you to be able to defeat the Totem Pokemon that I had trained up to such a powerful state. I don't know what I can say. Working in harmony with your Pokemon, you have cleared the trial of Ilima. You are a phenomenal trainer. Congratulations, Jennifer. The Z Crystal from the pedestal is yours now. Trial complete. We've obtained the Normalium Z. What you have just received is the Normal Z Crystal. It is known as Normalium Z. Now if you let a Pokemon that can use a normal type move hold that, and strike an elegant pose like this one, then you will be able to strengthen a normal type move by unleashing Z power. Moving right along. Ah, yes. First there is one thing I forgot to mention. The Totem Pokemon. In every locale where a captain holds his or her trials, you will encounter a particularly strong Pokemon, like Gumshoos just now. And during battles against such Pokemon, they may summon allies to shore up their offense. It's not a tactic often seen in other regions. Perhaps Pokemon in Alola are simply more inclined to help one another. Since you have managed to defeat the Totem Pokemon and proved yourself, you can now try and catch any of the Pokemon you find here in this cave. In fact, have some Great Balls. 10 of them to be exact, thanks Ilima. And here, let me see to your Pokemon after all of their hard work in there. If we're done here, I have something interesting I'd like to show you. Come with me to Route 3. Indeed, we are done in here. And yes, alright, Rotom, I had fun. Okay, I guess. I'm just doing this because making sure Rotom loves me will actually help me out in the future. Wow, a Z crystal. So that is what they call a Z crystal. It appears that Alola's mysterious Z crystals are received for overcoming trials. Is that right? I suppose that it may be admirable to overcome such trials using your own strength and skill, rather than relying on technology as we do. I'm Zossie. You're kind of awesome, you know. This is when you are supposed to say Alola to one another, is it not? I am Dulce. And we're part of the Ultra Recon Squad, yup. That ball thing you use there, that is some amazing bit of tech. We might just have to borrow that idea. We're investigating all about Z crystals and auras and all that kind of stuff. So I guess we'll probably see you around. Those are the two members of the Ultra Recon Squad that appear in place of the other two we've seen thus far in Ultra Moon. Yes, God, I always get my games mixed up. Especially, oh God, surprise Pokemon. But yes, those are the members of Ultra Recon Squad in this game instead of how we have the other two in Ultra Moon, and you will find out their names a little bit later. Because, you know, next time we encounter them, it won't be in this cave, it'll be somewhere else. Alright, let's go ahead and just use Brick Break, because I guess I might as well just show this battle off. I was talking through the intro cutscene part anyway. Hopefully we don't run into any more Pokemon. We're almost at the end of the cave. Come on, damn it. It's not a Pokemon game in a cave area without having Zubat nearby. You were worth showing this off, Zubat. Because God, you're annoying, but God, I love you so, so much. And now I'm having flashbacks to using Crobat and Heart Gold. Okay, now we're almost at here, come on. Hey, speaking of bat Pokemon, Noibat! I really, really love how they have Noibat in this game this early on, because a dragon and flying type? Whoo boy, it makes me almost not want to use Scalebound, but hey, she's my starter, so I'm sticking with her, baby. Greetings, Captain Ilima here. As you travel around the islands of Alola, you will find Captain's barricades here and there. These barricades help mark areas where particularly strong Pokemon can be found. Anyone can pass through them, of course, if they are escorted by a strong trainer. Those attempting the island challenge can pass the barricades, as long as they clear the trials. Are you ready? Then behold the power of a captain! Viola, your world just got a little bigger. I am the only captain here on Melemele Island, meaning my trial is the only one here. Now that you have cleared the trial, please inform our island kahuna, Hala. Hey there, Jennifer. Ooh, looking at the expression on Ilima's face, I'd say you'd cleared your first trial, yeah? Guess I better give you a little reward. Time to learn about Z-Power. Woo! Start off by selecting a compatible Z-Crystal from the Z-Crystal pockets in your bag, yeah! Then use the Z-Crystal you chose on a Pokemon. Z-Crystals are compatible with a Pokemon if it knows a move of the same type as the crystal. Have your Pokemon hold Z crystals and you'll be able to use Z power in battles. And don't worry, you can use your Z crystals over and over on as many Pokemon as you want. Watch and learn, cousin. And once again, it is time for us to just sit back, relax, and watch a tutorial, but this time, instead of how to catch a Pokemon, how to use Z-Power. But it is really cool, I gotta say, actually seeing a full-fledged model of a trainer, aka the professor, basically, like normal, taking on this kind of role, and actually, like, seeing something like this. It's just so cool. And there we go, that is the normal type Z move, Breakneck Blitz. Ooh, Z powers heap all of the trainer's feelings onto a Pokemon, yeah? Which totally wears you out. Using Z power once per battle is all a team can handle, yeah. Oh, so that is why you've been looking so ragged, Professor? No, it's like I was hit with amnesia. I forgot that I lost to Lily somewhere on Route 3. Think you could spare some time to help me look for her? Oops, that's Ilima. I can also look around where I think she might have wandered off to. Thanks, cousin. Let's split up and find her. Yeah! So, Lily has gone missing, which means Nebby has also gone missing, and that is never a good sign. But that is going to do it for this episode of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Next time we return to the land of Ultra Moon, where I will also show off some version differences in Ultra Sun leading up until now. Until then though, thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.